Hello, hello. I hope you have had a fantastic day today. I'm excited to be back with you sharing the sharing the next daily devotional in our Be Courageous devotional series. I hope you were able to catch my live earlier today, my intro video for Red Hot's 311, and I mentioned that I felt like I was going to do two devotionals because one is about being courageous, and we had already started this, and I didn't want to just stop it, but our next one is on abundance, so I started day one in this as well, so make sure that you catch it. So for the next month, or close to a month, we're going to be doing two devotionals, and then after that, as far as I know right now, it's just going to be one devotional series. And if you're just joining me, this is part of the Love and Faith Bible box that I subscribe to, and I have shared this before. It's 20 something a month. I don't know exactly. I'm in the process of becoming an ambassador for this, so if you guys want to get a deal or whatever, once that has been approved, I'll be happy to share a link. But in that, you get a t-shirt, you get a devotional series for 30 days, you get a coupon that you can use or you can share with a friend. It comes with a sticker, it comes with a bookmark, and it comes with some type of card that is blank on the inside so you can write whatever to whomever. So I always like to just let everybody know where I'm getting my inspiration and my materials from. And so I know that I haven't every day consistently been on here to share out of this book. But I've been sick and life happens, and there could be the opportunity this evening that if I have to keep clearing my throat, I do have something to drink here. I might get a tickle in my throat if you watch my intro video from earlier. But let's jump right in, and we're going to talk about courageous love. And our scripture reference for today is from 1 John chapter 4, verse 18. There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not made perfect in love. It says, imagine a life where fear no longer holds you back, where each step you take is filled with confidence and strength. This is the life that God envisions for us, a life steeped in His perfect love. When we embrace this love, fear loses its grip, and we find the courage to love others boldly and fiercely. Consider how transformative love can be. It's the friend who stands by you in your darkest hour, the parent who sacrifices everything for their child, or the stranger who shows kindness without expecting anything in return. This love reflects God's nature and His perfect love for us. When we allow this love to fill our hearts, it dispels fear, enabling us to live with courage. Loving courageously means stepping out of our comfort zones, reaching out to others with compassion, and standing up for what is right, even when it's hard. It's about seeing people through God's eyes and responding with kindness and grace. By doing so, we become vessels of His love, impacting our world in profound ways. Fear often tells us to hold back, to protect ourselves from vulnerability. But God's perfect love gives us the strength to push past the fear, to open our hearts and embrace the world with hope and joy. In loving others, we reflect the courage that comes from knowing we are deeply loved by our Creator. Today, let us choose love over fear. Let us be courageous in how we love, knowing that with God, all things are possible. And I love that for today. Like I said, if you were able to catch my intro video that I did earlier today, July 1st, you would know that today is the first day of the fiscal cycle in my business. And you also know that on top of being an empowerment consultant, I partner with a skincare and makeup company because the whole goal of Red Hot's 311 is to help you become the best version of yourself by bringing you full circle in the way you look, feel, and think. And my mission is to help you dream bigger, to believe bigger, and to imagine the more, and all the lives that will be impacted when you choose to step into what God has called you to do. And so this talking about living in fear or being fearful, it says that we cannot fully embrace God's love if we're living in fear, if we are letting fear take over everything that we're doing. And I can speak to that on so many levels because before I started Red Hot's 311, like God gave that to me in March of 2011, but it wasn't until, hold on, the date is up here, I think. It wasn't until 2021. I have my certificate hanging on the wall. It wasn't until 2021 that I actually, started my LLC. And even in that time, there are so many things that I tried to do, I attempted to do, so many goals I set for myself, and I didn't reach them. And being someone that deals with mental health issues, fear of failure, fear of being not enough, lack of confidence, all the things that hold us back, that the enemy wants us to believe about ourselves. Now, on top of all this that I'm doing, I'm also reading a phenomenal book, and I'll talk about that later. It tells you to read it all in one sitting, and I haven't been able to do that, but I think it's okay. My mentor and another good friend of mine, they both said, yes, read it in one sitting. The author tells you to read it in one sitting. But I feel like the parts that I read of this book are very appropriate for things that are happening in my life. Now, when I tell you I can speak to fear, I can speak to disappointment, I can speak to all of that, simply because there have been times that I have been so close to reaching a goal and then I didn't. And because of my background, I guess you would say, I felt very less than. And feeling less than and feeling disappointed in myself. More than that, I felt like I had disappointed all the people around me. I've disappointed my family because they watched me attempt this goal and I didn't make it. My mentors and upline, that I felt like I disappointed them. My team that joined me on this journey to help me achieve this goal that I didn't reach. So I totally understand feeling that way. And so when you feel that way and you felt that way the majority of your life, it's hard to break that cycle, right? And I'm here to tell you that I'm better at that cycle, but I still have times when I really withdraw and I pull back. And sometimes it takes me months sometimes to really get going again. And I just feel like there has been a shift in some of the things that are happening in my life. My position at work now is not as stressful as it was before, so I can truly focus on what it is I want to do with this business and what God has called me to do in this business. And at the end of the day, God is using all of this, the sharing of his word, the sharing of my testimony, the sharing of my struggles, the sharing of attempting to reach goals and failing and then pulling back and withdrawing because I feel like, I'm not good enough. I have fear of failure, right? I feel like everything that God is doing right now in my life is just preparing me. And I feel like, he's like, okay, I think you're getting it. So if you're getting it, I'm going to go ahead and increase your platform, because that's what I have heard him tell me so many times, is platform. And I will say that, when I didn't reach certain goals and my job that I just started in November, that particular position, I'm still with the same company, but that particular position became so stressful and overwhelming to me that I really pulled back from Red Hots and my skincare, my makeup piece of that as well. And I started a new position in May. And over the last couple of months, it has started to really make things more bearable. And so I said, okay, what is it that you want me to do, God? And no matter what I do, no matter how many times I try to step away from my skincare business, I always come back to it. God always brings me back to it. So I know that I'm supposed to be there. And all that to say, once I really started jumping in the last several weeks, I realized that people are watching me. And I didn't realize the impact that I may have had on some other friends of mine that were watching me. And so we have to get rid of this fear. God's love and fear cannot reside in the same space. So I encourage you, just step out in courage, step out in faith. God has got you. He's already got it all planned. He already knew everything that was going to happen in my life. He knew that I was going to have these, mountaintop moments. He knew that I was going to be in the lowest of valleys. But yet he still brings me back to him, back to his love, and back to what he has called me to do. So, will you take this challenge and choose to be courageous today? I hope that you will. All right, I'm going to close this out with our prayer. And it says, Lord, thank you for your perfect love that casts out fear. Yes. Fill my heart with your love so I can live courageously and fearlessly. Help me to love others with boldness and compassion, reflecting your light in this world. May your love be my guide, giving me strength and courage each day. Amen. And yes, this world could use all kinds of kindness. Can't change it all by yourself. It's a ripple effect, but when all of us join together, big impact. Our next devotional is gonna be strength and weakness. So I don't read these ahead of time, so I'm excited about what that's gonna tell us. So I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day or night or whenever you're watching this. Thank you so much for joining. If you have been blessed by this message and you know someone that you feel would also be blessed by this message, please share this with them. For me, it's not about, I have this many followers. It's about, these are the number of people that I am reaching for God. So it's not about me, it's all about him. Okay, so thank you again so much. If this is your first or second time and you haven't subscribed, hit subscribe so that way you can get the notifications when I do the next devotional. So I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, morning, evening, whatever, and I'll see you again soon.